Okay, let's jump right into a puzzle that actually reveals something really fundamental about how our world works. How is it possible that the exact same action, like hiring a relative, can be seen as a good, honorable thing in one place and a totally corrupt, fireable offense in another?
So which is it? Is it honorable loyalty, or is it a corrupt crime? Well, it turns out the answer depends entirely on where it happens. And no, this isn't just some weird double standard. It's actually the key to unlocking the secret rulebooks that run, well, pretty much everything.
I mean, look at this. It lays out the paradox perfectly. You hire your cousin to toss dough at the family pizza place, and what is that? It's loyalty. You're keeping it in the family, supporting your own. Awesome. But you do the exact same thing, hire your cousin for a government job, and suddenly it's this dirty word, nepotism, a total betrayal of public trust. So what gives? How can that be?
Well, the solution to this whole puzzle is realizing that society isn't just one big thing. It's not one single game. It's actually a bunch of different games, or zones, and each one has its own totally unique rulebook. And here's the kicker. Something that scores you points in one zone will get you kicked right out of another.
Okay, probably the easiest way to wrap your head around this is to think of society like different servers in a massive video game, right? You've got the family zone, the government zone, the money zone, you get the idea. And the really crucial part to get is this. Each of these zones is programmed with one and only one core mission.
So, let's take a look at the family system first. Its whole purpose, its prime directive, if you want to get nerdy, is super simple. Stick together and support your own. The code it runs on is basically kin versus non-kin. In this zone, putting your family first isn't just okay, it's literally the whole point of the game.
Okay, now let's hop over to a totally different server, the government system. Its goal is the complete opposite. It's all about competence and fairness for everybody. It absolutely cannot play favorites, so its operating code has to be impersonal. It's just qualified versus unqualified. Who you related to? By design, it's completely, totally irrelevant.
In this right here, this is the whole shebang. It just puts it all together so clearly. In the family system, the code is support your own. So hiring your cousin, honorable. In the government system, the code is select the best person. So hiring your cousin, corrupt. You see, it's not some big moral contradiction. It's more like a system crash. You're trying to run the family software in the government zone, and it just breaks everything.
Okay, so this whole idea of different zones leads us to something even bigger. And it's this distinction between two very different kinds of care. Getting this is absolutely key. And it's going to explain why in some really important situations, you actually want the person helping you to be, well, a little bit like a robot. So you've got two kinds of care. First, system care. Think of it as just competent performance. When you go to the doctor, you don't need them to cry with you. You need them to give you the right diagnosis. That kind of care is reliable, it's consistent, and, this is huge, it can scale to help millions of people. Then you have human care. That's the empathy, the personal connection. It's absolutely vital for our lives, but it's messy, it's emotional, and it just doesn't scale. So that cold, impersonal feeling you sometimes get from big systems, that's not a bug, it's the feature. It's what allows them to work for everybody.
All right, let's make this super concrete. We're going to look at a really powerful real-world example of how these two types of care stack up against a massive problem like national hunger.
And here's a pretty provocative thought for you. Trying to solve something as huge as national hunger with individual acts of charity is a catastrophic failure of design. It has nothing to do with a lack of compassion. It's not that people don't care. It's just that we're using completely the wrong tool for the job.
I mean, just look at the difference in the blueprint here. You've got SNAP, the food assistance program. That's pure system care. It's genius, really. It just plugs right into the massive grocery system that already exists. No new trucks, no new warehouses needed. It runs on a simple economic code, paid or unpaid. Then you have food banks. They run on human care, and that means they have to build an entirely separate system from the ground up, one that's fueled by the wonderful but, let's face it, unreliable resource of human sympathy.
And when you look at the results, it's just staggering. SNAP is so incredibly efficient that it handles something like 90% of the food assistance need in the country. 90%. Now, all the amazing charity food banks combined doing all that incredible work, they cover the other 10%. That right there is the raw, undeniable power of a well-designed, impersonal system.
Okay, so if our biggest, most powerful systems are built to be impersonal, even indifferent, where does that leave us? What's our job in this whole world of automated rule-based zones?
And this really gets to the heart of it. These systems, they're our tools. They're programmed to provide care, the functional, scalable kind. They make sure the diagnosis is right, that the benefits check arrives on time, that the process is fair for everyone. But what they can't do, what they're fundamentally incapable of, is feeling that care. That's just not part of their code.
So think of it like a division of labor. The systems handle the scale. They do the cold, reliable, efficient stuff. And that leaves us, the humans, free to do the one job only we can do, provide the actual humanity, the messy, emotional, real connection.
And realizing this doesn't let us off the hook. Not at all. In fact, it does the opposite. It makes our role crystal clear. If the world's systems are built to be indifferent, well, that leaves the job of actually giving a damn squarely on our shoulders. It's our job. The most important one there is. Definitely something to think about.